Hello, welcome to the Deadpan Parade, and I'm your host, Queen Elizabeth I of England. Today is Sunday, May 24th, 2026. Not that it matters, but happy Memorial Day weekend. And I realize this channel is supposed to be funny, and it will be, I think. But I wanted to start off with a quote from Major General Smedley Butler, who is perhaps one of our greatest military heroes, in my opinion at least, that nobody's ever heard of. And obviously, there's always a reason for that. At the time of his death in 1940, Major General Butler was the most decorated Marine in U.S. military history. And here's a quote. Beautiful ideals were painted for our boys who were sent out to die. This was the war to end wars. This was the war to make the world safe for democracy. In quotes. No one told them that dollars and cents were the real reason. No one mentioned to them as they marched away that their going and their dying would mean huge war profits. No one told these American soldiers that they might be shot down by bullets made by their own brothers here. No one told them that the ships on which they were going to cross might be torpedoed by submarines built with United States patents. They were just told it was to be a glorious adventure. Thus, having stuffed patriotism down their throats, it was decided to make them help pay for the war, too. So we gave them the large salary of $30 a month. All that they had to do for this munificent sum was to leave their dear ones behind, give up their jobs, lie in swampy trenches, eat canned willy when they could get it, and kill and kill and kill and kill and be killed. And this is a quote from Smedley D. Butler, Major General, from his sort of a pamphlet rather than a book called War is a Racket. And if you don't know about General Butler, you really should learn about him. He's a hero in my book. Not in everyone's book, obviously, because nobody's ever heard of him. But that's my Memorial Day honor, and that's to General Butler and to all of our fallen heroes. Most of them who died for reasons that were not true. It's really disgusting. And another thing I wanted to talk about, and I will get on with our list of random thoughts and fun facts, is just the fact that the people I feel are starting to wake up just from my own experience. And as you may or may not know, I drive Uber on a regular basis, 6 to 7 days a week, constantly encountering people. And when people get in my car, I don't fish for anything. I just let them, if they have something to say, I'll let them go. And in the last couple days, today, for instance, I had like 3 people in a row get in the car. One was a grocery store worker, and he was just like, he was stating the fact that he wishes that he was getting paid more. Obviously, don't we all? And the fact that he's actually starting to see shortages, and they are talking about food shortages, and he's going on and on about he's seeing that the packages are getting smaller, the prices are going up exponentially daily, and he works in that industry, so he's he's in the trenches, and he was just making a statement and also making a complaint, which I just I told him, you're preaching to the choir here, my brother. I get it, but he's confirming the fact of what I've been hearing is that we're headed into food shortages. Just there's a lot. There's no, apparently no. The fertilizer is getting more and more expensive. The farmers are going broke, and we're in trouble. I don't know how else to say it. And I realize this. I want to make you laugh here, and I'm going to try here, but we also need to learn how to deal in reality. And so when I hear people like this, I'm thinking, because sometimes I feel like I'm all alone, and is all of what I'm experiencing myself, is it all in my head? And so there's one verification that it isn't. And then the next person that got in the car, he was off in a rant about the gas prices, and so people are starting to feel it, and people are starting to see. And he was talking about just the rampant corruption. And again, I didn't. I'm not trying to get them to talk about any certain topic. I just let them go. I ask them, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a great day, and that's it. And if they feel like saying something, then they're off, and that's how I approach it. And I will try to chime in uh, accordingly. And this wasn't today, but a couple days ago, this week at least, I had a circuit judge. I mean, that's a big uh, to do. A circuit judge in my car, and he was telling me that he and this guy he told me his name, and the name is it's a big name, and I'm not going to say his name, but it's a big name in terms of law, in terms of people that are in the know. So this guy was in the know, and he could just tell by the way he carried himself and the names that he was related to. And he's a circuit judge, and where I picked him up from and where I dropped him off at, he wasn't full of crap. And he said something about the fact that we have a debt. America has a debt that it has no way of repaying, and we're in trouble. We're in serious trouble. And if I told one of my family members this, who still seem to be in the land of oblivion, I don't know why, but they still think I'm crazy, even though you can see it all around, and you've got some pretty smart people verifying it. So I just wanted to relay that. And if anybody else is feeling like you're alone and feeling the pinch here, that is not the case whatsoever. Not the case whatsoever. And also, I want to make it clear that I'm not making fun of our veterans and our people that have gone to war and fought and died for this country. I have the utmost respect for them, and but I feel at the same time it's a shame that they went into fighting these wars and a lot of them dying for our freedom, which were nothing more than they were sold a lie. And it's sad, it's unfortunate, but it's the reality. It's the reality that we live in. But other than that, we'll just get on with our random thoughts, fun facts, and jokes for the day. And the channel's starting. I have a lot of historic knowledge. I'm not bragging, but it may go further into those types of things because people need to know this stuff. I feel, but you can get it in a lot of places. You can get the information anywhere if you want to look. And I really do feel like it's people's responsibility. If they want to know something, they need to figure it out themselves. It's not my job to teach them. If somebody wants to know something, they're going to find it out. So that's where I kind of cut it off. But I want to split it up a little bit just to kind of get people to think, and then also to make them realize humor still exists, and this life, I truly believe, as I've said before, is to be treated as a joke, because it's obviously not meant to be taken seriously. If it was meant to be taken seriously, it would make sense, and it makes absolutely no sense. But other than that, let's get on to our random thoughts for today. Random thought number one. I have never met a Ponzi scheme that I didn't want to marry. Random thought number two. In light of the current fertilizer shortage, I've decided to buy all the toilet paper at Walmart. And a lot of you might not get that joke, but think about it, and it'll come to you. Just get the neurons oiled up. It'll come to you. Random thought number three. Just in case everybody has missed the memo, God is now a computer named Stuart. I could make topics on each one of these that would go for half an hour at least. Random thought number four. Rumor has it that Elon Musk only has to wear a diaper on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And again, think about the joke and what I'm saying and what you know about Elon and some of his habits. And you'll understand what I'm getting at. I'm not throwing these in your face. You need to think about what I'm saying here. These aren't in your face jokes. These are like, you got to think about what I'm saying in order for them to make sense. And if you think hard enough, they'll make sense. I promise you. Random thought number five. Rumor has it that Jeff Bezos is starring in a documentary about how he procreated with a pile of $100 bills. And just to make it clear, I'm not yelling at you. I'm not trying to steer you in a direction. I'm just simply, all I'm really trying to do here is to make you laugh, but I want you to think. I want you to think for yourself. Random thought number six. Rumor has it that ChatGPT is pregnant with twins. Random thought number seven. Not only do I have suspicions that my phone is spying on me, but I have a sinking feeling that my dog is too. I have a sinking feeling that my dog is too. Random thought number eight. Does anybody else think it's strange that the AI has now started asking me for life advice? As far as I'm concerned, this stuff is not going to work. It will not work. All it needs is one catastrophe for it to end all of the AI, this AI garbage, as far as I'm concerned. One small catastrophe. And it probably won't be small, it'll probably be pretty large. And that'll end AI. It'll stop it right in its tracks. I'm convinced this AI is not going to work. And that's good for us. So there's the good news. Random thought number 9. Misery might love company, but what if company hates misery? Random thought number 10. Today my leaf blower told me that it thinks it needs to see a therapist. Random thought number 11. Today my therapist asked me if I ate a lot of paint chips as a child. Of course I did. Who didn't? It was part of the diet. Random thought number 12. At this particular stage, toothpicks for dinner sounds pretty darn good. Toothpicks and crickets, folks. That's what they're trying to stuff down their throat. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. We're too smart. I can see it with the people that are getting in my car. These people who are ever trying to run this show, trying is the definitive word. They don't realize that we aren't a bunch of dummies. We're actually hopefully smart. We're hopefully smart. And I'm getting that from the people that are getting in my car. People realize what's happening to them. And that's bad news for whoever thinks they're steering this ship. Random thought number 13. I sometimes find myself wondering if it's possible for one person to participate in a riot. And finally, random thought number 14. Today I took out a 40-year mortgage to buy 4 cucumbers and a thing of dental floss. So there you have it. There's my rant for today, my random thoughts, random fun facts. I hope you laughed. I hope you didn't cry too much. And I hope you subscribe to the channel. Please like the channel. I hope you have a great night. I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for watching.